Hey everybody, meteorologist Dave Downey here. Happy Sunday. Today might be the nicest day we're going to have this week. Highs in the mid-40s today, 44, 45 the high today in Des Moines. It also might be the sunniest day we have this week too. We're going to get a cold front that arrives tomorrow morning. It's going to knock us back into the 30s Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty much the rest of the week. Active week, several rain and snow chances throughout the week as well. So lots of time out. Tonight's low is not too bad, mid to upper 20s. We got down to 20 in Des Moines last night. It's about 7 or 8 degrees more milder tonight. Tomorrow's a couple degrees cooler, but overall pretty similar to today, other than the fact it will be a little bit windier and cloudier. The wind will switch from being out of the southwest in the morning. Cold front comes through around midday, knocks that wind from being out of the southwest to out of the northwest. That'll cause temps to tumble pretty quickly, but the clouds will actually keep us a little bit more mild and limit some of that what we call radiational cooling. All right, here's Futurecast. Some snow and some mix possible overnight tonight north of US 30. I don't think this gets anywhere south of US 30. Humboldt County, Wright County, Franklin County. I think Hamilton County doesn't see anything. Maybe just a few flakes, maybe a little bit of mix, nothing too crazy. Cold front comes through here midday. You can see the wind there at 1 o'clock out of the north. We stay mostly cloudy throughout the day. This model has kind of increased the snow chances for Tuesday. This kind of looks menacing here. It would be a light snow if it does occur. A high what we call snow to liquid ratio, so a very fluffy snow if this does happen. I don't think this will cause any travel problems Tuesday morning, but of course we'll monitor. What could happen in southeast Iowa is a mix on Tuesday afternoon. There's a lot of uncertainty for Tuesday and also for later in the forecast period. Here's kind of a side-by-side model comparison for Thursday. I'm going to step out of the screen here and kind of give you a bigger picture. Very different, there's no doubt about that. The European model with a much stronger system, a lot more moisture associated with it, high snow and rain totals likely. With this solution, there's over 9 or 10 inches somewhere in Iowa. But you look at the American model, yeah, just about nothing. So weaker, more northerly track, and that's why there's really no snow at all here. It's all pretty much north of US 20 once again. So why is there really a difference or a discrepancy in the models? Well, it's not with the low pressure system, the storm itself. It's what's happening further up into the atmosphere, further to the north. A high pressure system, I mean, the atmosphere is really just a bunch of waves interacting with one another. So here's what happens. This is the first model. We're going to show you the GFS model first. That's the American model that has not much of anything for much of Iowa, maybe a quarter of an inch of rain, maybe an inch or two of snow across northern Iowa. Watch what happens to this high pressure system. It scoots itself off very quickly to the east. That allows the storm system for Thursday to scoot itself off further to the east. Thursday into Friday. So take note of where the low pressure system is on the American model, basically almost over DC on Friday morning. Let's switch to the European model. So let's stop it here Wednesday. So we're basically going from Monday to Friday in the American model, then now from Monday to Friday in the European model. The high is already about 100 miles further west. It's west of Lake Superior here on Wednesday morning. It migrates to the east much slower throughout the day on Thursday. Thursday evening, the low pressure is stuck in Missouri. These types of setups, if the European model is right, we're stuck just to the north of the low pressure system, typically can yield, climatologically speaking, the highest snowfall totals possible for Iowa. So if Thursday evening the high pressure system is across, it's just basically just north of the Great Lakes. So basically the waves are getting slowed down in the European model. By Friday morning, instead of being over the mid-Atlantic, the low is still west of Ohio. So it doesn't seem like a whole lot of difference, a couple hundred miles. Well, it definitely is. On the grand global scale of things, it's not that much of a difference at all. But it will mean a lot of a difference for us. If the European model is right, we are looking at a snowstorm. There's no doubt about that. But if the American model is right, we're not going to get much of anything. So tough forecast for Thursday. Keep checking back. Tonight, pretty easy. 28 more miles, just a few clouds. Tomorrow, pretty similar to today, like we said, except for a little bit more wind and more cloud coverage for the day on Monday. Holt Plumbing Heating 10-day forecast, 10% chance Tuesday, but if trends continue, that will have to be upped to a 20 or a 30% chance. We'll go 60% for Thursday. Again, that could be the first snowstorm of the year, but we're not going to promise anything because, like I just showed you, pretty big discrepancy in the models. Another mix possible Saturday, but the models are backing off on that. And very consistent temperatures for the next week to 10 days.